Hey, how y'all doing out there? Back at you again with another video. Today I'd like to do my review for the Xiaomi Mi 9T. Now, of course, this phone came out in 2019, I think around May, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like a mid-range phone. And, thought I'd check it out, let you guys know what I think of it. So first, before I get into all the things that I like about the device, let me talk about and give you the specs on this particular device. We're dealing here with a 6.39-inch AMOLED display with a resolution of 1080 by 2340 with 403 pixels per square inch. It has Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and the back with an aluminum frame. It also has Android 10. It has a Snapdragon 730 octa-core processor with a 618 GPU. It comes with 128 gigs of internal storage. 6 gigs of RAM. It has one down-firing speaker. It has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which I love that. It has NFC, Bluetooth 5.0, FM radio. Has an in-display fingerprint sensor, face unlock. The face unlock comes with a pop-up selfie camera, by the way. You got screen recording, a 4,000 milliamp battery with 18 watt fast charging. And now with the cameras, you have two cameras on the rear. You got a 48 megapixel wide and an 8 megapixel telephoto with 2x zoom. Sorry, you got three cameras on the back. I'm sorry, I apologize. So let me start again. So you got a 48 megapixel wide, an 8 megapixel telephoto with 2x optical zoom, and a 13 megapixel ultra wide that shoots at 4K at 30 frames per second. Shoots in 1080p, excuse me, at 30, 120, 240 and 960 frames per second. On the front, you got a 20 megapixel pop-up selfie camera wide that shoots in 1080p at 30 frames per second. And it also features drop protection. So if you have the selfie camera open and it feels like it's falling, the camera will automatically recess and back into the phone so you don't have to worry about breaking it. All right, so those are all the specs. So let me tell you all the things that I do like about this device, and then I'll get into all the things that I don't like. First thing I like about this device is the price. Now, I got this phone for $309, which is a really, really good price because but believe I'm not mistaken, when this phone was first released, it was over $500. So it went down dramatically. Now on eBay, you can find it for $285, brand new, and $250 on eBay open box. So all you got to do is go in there, put the name of the phone in, and all the various prices will come up. So you can definitely get it for a lot cheaper on eBay as opposed to Amazon. All right, with the build quality, that's the next thing I love about this device is the build quality. You got Gorilla Glass on the front and Gorilla Glass on the back, and has an aluminum frame. But check out this design, that blue trimming. See how it shimmies? I mean, that's beautiful. Like, I love that. I mean, I'm talking about when you hold this in your hand, I'm talking about quality. I mean, this thing feels expensive. I mean, it feels real premium. It's extremely comfortable to hold in your hand. Very, very comfortable. It has rounded edges. If you decide not to use a case on it, it's not gonna hurt your hand. It doesn't poke in your palm like some phones, kind of thin and sharp around the edges. Not this device. This device is smooth. It is very comfortable to hold in the hand. And I'm telling you, you're gonna love the way this phone feels in your hand. It feels expensive, even though it's definitely not expensive. So I love the build quality, and I also love the design because I like the way that looks. That's really hot, and it's feels really nice. This is not plastic, okay? This is a Gorilla Glass 5 with an aluminum frame, okay? So you're dealing with top notch right there. Now in the box, it came with a case. Came with this case right here. Now I'm going to put it on there. As y'all can see, it's sliding off the table. So I was just lucky enough to be able to keep it still while it wasn't in the case. I got lucky. Let me turn this brightness down. When I get into the stuff on the phone, you'll be able to see it. Okay, that's a little bit better. So I'm going to turn it back off. All right, so now I know it's not going to move. All right, so you're going to love the build quality on there. It has nice weight to it, so it's not a real light phone. It's not real heavy either. It's kind of like in the middle, so it has good weight to it. It has nice thickness to it. Not super thick, but, you know, thicker than some of these other phones. Like the OnePlus 6 has a quality build, but it's a much thinner phone than this phone. And like I said again, very comfortable to hold in the hand, even without a case. Now, it could be a little slippery, not very slippery like most glass back phones are, but it could be a little slippery. So if you just don't want to take the chance dropping it and cracking it or scratching it, I would just say just use the case that they give you, or you could just buy one clear gel case and just go with that. Or you could put a skin on the back. But you may not want to put on skin on the back because you're gonna miss the beauty of that phone with the way it shimmies with that blue design on the back. So you might not want to put a skin on it. You may just want to use a clear case. All right. All right. Next thing I like about this device is the display. Now you're dealing here with a 1080p AMOLED display. It has very vibrant colors, and the display is nice and bright, brighter than your average mid-tier phone. Some mid-tier phones don't get this bright. This phone gets really, really bright. Now, of course, I had to turn the brightness down because it'll be too bright for the camera. And it looks like, okay, I think it's down just enough. But I hope y'all can, this display is beautiful. 1080p display, AMOLED display. And I love phones that have an AMOLED display because AMOLEDs, the blacks are real black. The colors are very vibrant, very punchy, and I love that. Now, some people don't like that, but I do. And look at this. This is all display, no notch, no cutout, no nothing, because you have a pop-up selfie camera. So you're looking at a phone with nothing but all display. So this display is absolutely gorgeous, and it gets very, very bright. Now, just so you can see, I got it a little less than half brightness. This thing gets really, really bright. Now, just to convince you even more that how bright this phone gets, I have the Galaxy S9 Plus, and that phone doesn't even get as bright as this. And Samsung, as we know, makes, you know, one of the best displays on any device. A lot of companies buy their displays from Samsung, but this phone actually gets brighter than the Samsung S9 Plus. It does. Okay? So, I love that display. Absolutely love it. All right, next thing, the always on display. Now, y'all know this is something that's somewhat of a must for me. I just love always on displays, and I prefer devices that have always on displays. And this one does have one, as you can see. Okay, it has an always on display. Now, it's not the best always on display. Only thing they show you here, they do show you the time, your battery percentage, and they will show you your notifications when they come up. But it doesn't give you the date and the day and all that stuff. And, you know, you can't control your media with this and all that. You can't do that. So it's pretty limited. Now, you do get to change the style of it and the themes. And, you know, you could do things like that. And I'll show you when I get into the features a little bit. But it's nothing like Samsung or LG. It's not on their level at all. But at least they have one. Unlike the OnePlus 6 or any OnePlus device don't have an always on display. But this one does. And I like that because I prefer a device with an always on display. And unlike the Pixel, like I said, you could change the style and the theme on this particular device. With the Pixel, you can't change anything. It's just the same old always on display every time. You can't make any changes or nothing. So I like that. All right, next thing. This phone has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Now, I know most of y'all are saying, oh, man, he always talking about the headphone jack. Yes, because that's something I care about. I have good wired headphones, and I prefer to use a phone with a headphone jack. That's what I like. And you're going to get very, very superior sound with a wired connection. So now the only thing I don't like about this is that it's on the top and not at the bottom. I prefer the headphone jack to be at the bottom, but it still does have one. And I have to tell you, when I plugged my headphones up to this and listened to some music, It has excellent audio quality and sounds. The headphone jack with some headphones sound really, really, really good. Very good quality. I was very, very impressed. So I like that. Okay. So not only does it have a headphone jack, it has good audio, sound, and quality. Okay. All right. Next thing, battery life. Now this phone comes with a 4,000 milliamp battery, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, and I'm being honest, the battery on this phone is excellent. I'm averaging day and a half to 2 days, and that's with medium to heavy usage. So a day and a half to 2 days. The battery life on this phone is excellent. It's optimized very, very well. Next thing, it has an in-display fingerprint sensor. Now, not the fastest in the world, but I like the fact that it has one. And think about that price, y'all. $309, $250 or $285, and it has an in-display fingerprint sensor. You double tap, just push, it comes right in. It's not slow or anything, but you know, it's not the fastest either. But the fact is, it has it. You know, there's some phones out here right now that cost more than this, don't even have an in-display fingerprint sensor. So I like the fact that this phone even has one. And it works pretty well. It's just not that fast. Okay? But it does work. Next thing, face unlock. Now, face unlock is a pop-up selfie. Now, I can't really demonstrate how it works because I'm behind the camera. I can try though. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna try. But with this thing, you gotta double tap and then you gotta swipe up. All right, I hope y'all saw that. I'm gonna do it again. So you have to basically hit the power button. You gotta swipe up. Okay, so y'all see it pop up. So I'll just show you again. I'll turn on the camera. See it right there? And it has a light that shines right around it when it comes up. Now, the only issue I have with this pop-up selfie camera is that it's slow. And I don't like the fact that you have to swipe up in order to activate it. I don't like that. I should be able to hit the power button and it should automatically come up, recognize my face, and go down. Now, comparing this, say, to like the OnePlus 7T Pro, no comparison. That camera comes up in like a second or a little less than a second, comes right up and goes right back down. Like, I don't have to swipe up. All I have to do is double tap. It goes zzz, it's up, it's down. The face unlock over here, it does work. I don't have any issues, you know, with it working, but it's just slow because you have to swipe up, and I don't like that. They should give you an option where you don't have to swipe up. So that's my only problem with that. But it's cool that it has a pop-up selfie. That way, at the same time, you're getting all display. You're not getting a punch hole. You're not getting a notch. You're just getting all display. So that's cool. All right. Next thing. It comes with a case in the box. As y'all saw, I put the case on here. It's a little black case. Not the best, but it has like a soft texture to it. It feels really nice. Very comfortable in the hand. Usually you get the clear cases, but they sent a black one and it has like a velvety soft feel to it. Now, sometimes it feels a little slippery to me. I prefer just a clear case because it has a little more grip. But I do like the fact that they at least gave you a case in the box, unlike Samsung with their S20 Ultra, $1,400 device, and won't even give you a case. I just think that's utterly ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. That's beyond ridiculous. How you going to charge somebody $1,400 for a device and you can't even give them a case? It's ridiculous. It really is. Alrighty. Next thing. You got one loud down-firing speaker. Now, I'm going to tell you, this speaker is loud and it does have very good sound quality. And I'll play my usual test music and let you decide for yourself. What do you think? Let me get to it here. Go to my channel. Alrighty. Here we go.
Your old deodorant letting you down? Try Gillette Cool Wave.
This commercial is so annoying.
The #1 selling antiperspirant.
So as you can hear, the speaker on here, it's one speaker, but it sounds really, really good. It got really good loudness and really good quality. So I'm definitely impressed with this one down-firing speaker, definitely. Let me see if I got a movie on deck I can show you. Play video. Let you see a little bit of this.
That depends on what you're threatening. Killing him would just wake him up. But pain. The pain is in the mind. And judging by the decor, we're in your mind, aren't we, Arthur?
What are you doing? It's too soon! I know, but the dream's collapsing. Try to keep State of Wonder a little bit longer. We're almost there.
So you're gonna get an uninterrupted display, which is what you want. Okay?
Very tense.
So you're gonna get a great movie experience on this device, no doubt about it. All right. Next thing, the cameras. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I know you're probably thinking, "Oh, this phone, it's not that much money. It's a mid-tier. Cameras are gonna be okay, but the cameras are not gonna be that good." I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the cameras on this phone is very, very impressive. I mean, I'm very impressed with the quality of these cameras. I'm telling you right now. And what I'll do at the end of the video, I'll show you some photos. Okay? But I'm gonna tell you right now, I like the picture quality of these cameras. I really do. I'm impressed. I really am. Now, you may not be, because everybody's, what they see, everybody sees things differently. Now, what looks good to me may not look good to you, but I'm definitely impressed with the photo quality of these cameras. I like them, definitely. Now, I'm not super heavily into photography, and I know all the ins and outs about photography. I just know what looks good to me. That's all I can tell you. I know what looks good to me. So what looks good to me may not look good to you. But to me, the cameras could look good. They're very bright, vibrant, sharp. I like them. All right? All right, so let me quickly get into all the things that I don't like, which is not that many things. First thing, no expandable memory. Now, most of you know that are subscribers to this channel, and people that know me know that I prefer a device with expandable memory. Because I put a lot of movies on my phone, music, take a lot of photos. Also, I shoot a lot of videos, so I need a phone with a lot of I need a phone with expandable memory, so I wish it had that. The always on display, I do like it, but the thing that I don't like about it, it doesn't get that bright, and you can't adjust the brightness like you can on the Samsung and the LG. So I do like it, but I don't like the fact that it doesn't get that bright. Next thing, no headphones. You get no headphones in the box, which I definitely don't like, because you can get devices that are less than $200 and they give you a pair of headphones. So I don't understand why any company want to sell you a device that's $500 and can't give you a set of headphones. I don't get that. So I don't like that. Next thing, no dual stereo speakers. Now, I will say, and like I said earlier, the speaker on this phone gets really loud, has really good quality, but just think how much and how more immersive the sound would have been had it had dual firing speakers. It would have been awesome. So I just wish this phone had dual firing speakers. I prefer devices that have a speaker at the bottom and one shooting out the earpiece. That's just me. All right. Next thing, this phone also has no wireless charging. Now that's kind of a down and a bummer for me, because I use wireless charging. Now, for those of you that don't care and you think it's a gimmick, that's fine. I use wireless charging, so that's something that I definitely wish that was on this device. I prefer a phone with wireless charging, okay? So it doesn't have it. And it's a shame because it has a glass back, so I just don't understand why they just couldn't add wireless charging to it. Next thing, no 4K recording on the selfie camera and no 1080p at 60 frames per second. Now you do get 1080p at 30 frames, but not at 60 frames, and no 4K recording at all. I don't like that. Next and last thing, the face unlock, which I just talked about. It's slow and you have to swipe up in order to activate it. I don't like that at all. I just don't. Okay. Now you got that selfie camera and you just want to hit the power button and have it pop up and recognize your face and go back down. But on this, they make you swipe up. I don't like that at all. Definitely don't like it. All right. Now, with my 5-star rating, I gave this phone 4 stars. And the reason why: excellent build quality, excellent screen, AMOLED display, 1080p, and it gets super bright. I love that. Oh, I'm sorry, I did forget one thing that I do like, and I skipped over that, and I do apologize. The software. Now, let me go back to that. If you notice, this is not the normal setup for this device. I'm using Nova Launcher, which pretty much what I use on every device that I have. I use Nova Launcher. They have the Mi UI on here. I don't really care for it, so I put the Nova Launcher on here, and I like it better. But as far as speed and the software experience, it was a very good one. So I'm gonna close everything and let you see, what you think about the speed of it. Now, remember, this is not a flagship device. But in my opinion, the speed is not bad. Not at all. Everything opens up pretty quick. Nice and smooth. So I like the software experience. I had a good software experience on this device, so I like the software on this device. Now, you can use the Mi UI if you choose to, if you don't have Nova Launcher, but I prefer Nova Launcher because it has a lot. It's very, very customizable, and you could do so much with it. So I prefer, I have Nova Launcher on all my devices. Now, with the Samsungs, a lot of times I go back and forth between using Samsung's launcher and then just using Nova Launcher. So I go back and forth between the two, but most of the time I use Nova Launcher. All right, so back again, I gave it 4 stars because, once again, the battery life is excellent. This thing has really good cameras, great display, great build quality, very good sounding audio experience with the headphones and the one down firing speaker, and it also has fast charger for the battery. So those are all and you get a really good software experience. So those are all of the reasons why I give it 4 stars. And of course, I'll talk really quick about some features that it has. Now, it does have screen recording. I'll just get into these toggles really quick.
Trump ignored U.S. intelligence and
Sorry
downplayed
about that. All right. So, of course, you have your typical flashlight, mute, airplane mode, auto brightness, auto rotation, reading mode, lock screen, screenshot, location, dark mode, D&D, battery saver, cast, Mi Share, screen recording, vibrate, hotspot, NFC, and sync. Okay? So let me quickly get into some of the features on here. Try to make this quick. All right, so you got, I'm not going to touch on every single thing. Okay, with the always on display, I just wanted to let you see this again. See where it says always on display? And you see there it says style. Then it says show items. Well, show items, that means show your always on display always, or you can schedule it. It shows your notifications. It can show an animation with it. Basically, see that? See that animation? So you'll basically see that when you get a notification when on the always on display, or you could change it to this. See, they do have different effects that it'll make. that you decide to use. So I like this one because it's, it's pretty dramatic. So that's why I use that one. All right, so that's cool. I do like that. Okay, I have the sleep the screen in 10 minutes because, but you can do 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. So, you can do whatever you want. I like 10 minutes. You have your raise to wake. You got double tap to wake the screen or to turn off the screen. Now, I wish that's something that all Android phones had, especially Samsung. They have double tap to wake the screen, but they don't have double tap to sleep the screen. That's why I like to use Nova Launcher, because they have that option where you could double tap to sleep the device. And the reason why that comes in real handy on my Note 10 Plus, especially because they put the power button on the left side and I'm right-handed. So it's just awkward trying to, use this finger to go around here to turn, to turn it off. I don't like that. So I like the fact that I could just double tap the screen and just turn it off like that. So you have the Lockscreen Format. You could change that. They have 3 different ways you can change your lock screen. The way the time looks. You have it vertical, left aligned, or centered. So I don't think it jumps around like it does on the Samsung device. I think once you set it, that's just the way it is with the lock screen. No, I'm sorry. The always on display moves around, but not the lock screen clock. So they give you 3 choices here. Sorry about that. All right, launch the camera. Double press the volume down button to open the camera when the screen is locked. You can enable that. Pocket mode means lock touch gesture when placed in pocket. So basically, there's no accidental you activating the phone when it's in your pocket. All right, so that's everything on there. Let me get to display really quick, which is not much. You got your brightness level. Now you could go in there and set automatic brightness, which it'll adjust to the remaining, to the light in the room or wherever you're at, it'll adjust to it. You have your night mode brightness there. All right, here you got your reading mode. You got your color scheme. So basically in here, they have set for auto recommended, or you can use saturated or standard. Now I use saturated because I like saturated, very vibrant colors. So I like to use saturated to enhance the colors. That's what I like. But you can change it to warm, and you can change it to cool. Okay. Now auto, it gives you more like a balance, but it's up to you. They give you options, which is always good. All right, so you have your dark mode, which I have it on, but of course you could turn that off. Now I'll leave it on because I prefer the dark mode. So that's up to you, but you could schedule it when it turns on and when it turns off. I like to leave it on all the time because it's a lot easier on my eyes. You got your text size, status bar, basically show notification icons, show connection speed, show carrier when device is locked, edit carrier name, battery indicator, notification shade shortcuts. So basically you go in there, you could put it on search or settings. Battery indicator, you could have it, for percentage next to the icon, top bar, you could, move that around where you want it. All right, next thing you got full screen mode, auto rotate screen. Next thing you go into sound and vibrations. You got your ringtones, you got your alarms, you got your events. So you could basically have your phone ring, differently for ringtones, alarms, events, and notifications. So you could change that, okay? All right, you can have your phone vibrate for calls, vibrate in silence mode. Sorry if y'all couldn't see that. Vibrate on tap, additional settings here, where it basically dial pad tones, tap sounds, screen locking sounds, screenshot sounds, and delete sounds. Next thing here, you got, let me see, I think I did additional settings, okay. Sound effects. So with the sound effects now, you can only do this when you have your headphones plugged in. So you put your headphones in, you could assign your buttons on your headphones. Now I can't do it because you have to have your headphones plugged in. But when you plug them in, you have access to the equalizer. You could adjust the volume. You got hi-fi audio, and you got the Mi sound enhancer. You can use that basically without the headphones. So that's what makes the speaker sound so good, because you have that sound enhancer on it. Now down here it says choose headphone type. So they give you all of these headphone types to choose from. So that's kind of cool too. So, All right, so let's go to the next thing. We're not going to go to notifications, home screen, wallpaper. They have their own wallpaper and theme store. They have some nice wallpapers and nice themes. You can go in there. Excuse me. Battery performance. Basically in here, you could optimize it. See there? Now, when you optimize it, it's going to start shutting down certain things on your phone. So this kind of works different than Samsung. That like when you optimize on here, they start shutting down things to extend your battery. Okay? All right, so it says here you could put on a battery saver too. So if you get down to say 20, 15%, you want to extend your battery, you can do that. All right, now with app battery usage data, you can go in there. Basically, you can see how much you've been using your battery. See, I've been on using it for now 15 hours, and I got 26 hours remaining. Down here, you got how your apps, how much battery each app is using. So that's cool. You can get your information about your battery. App battery saver, not a big deal. Schedule power on and off. Now I like that. So basically you can schedule when you want your phone to turn on and turn off. I wish Samsung had something like that because I know OnePlus does. That's really cool. So if you just want to shut down your phone for the night and say you set an alarm, for 4 in the morning, but you just want to shut your phone down, you get it fully charged, you just have it shut down, to save it from constantly charging, and it'll turn on a minute before your alarm goes off, and your alarm will go off. Now that is really decent. I like that a lot. Okay. All right. Now let me see additional settings. Did I get into that? Okay, this is basically not a whole lot right here. You got date and time, language, inputs, region, full screen display, button shortcuts, which basically you can go in here and adjust your, you have take a screenshot, 3 fingers, launch Google Assistant, long press on the home screen, turn off the screen. You get a sign up button for that, turn on your flashlight, close current app, open split screen. You could assign, set up however you want. See, a long press for the home button, long press for the menu button. You can set up how you want to activate these particular settings, these particular features. Okay, show menu. You can just set it up all different kind of ways. Automatic disable navigation buttons. You could do that. You could press and hold the power button for 0.5 seconds to turn on the wake up voice assistant in full screen mode. So they do give you some options when it comes to certain things. And you have here your notification light. You have that. Quick ball is kind of cool. So you hit this. See this right here? So you got your screenshot. You got your menu, your recently used apps, your back button. So this is kind of cool. Say if you want to go back, you just hit that instead of reaching down here. All you do is touch your quick ball. So that's kind of cool. Okay. That's an additional setting. So that's your quick ball. Got your one-handed mode, of course. You can make the screen smaller if you need to, as far as reachability. You got accessibility, enterprise mode. Of course, I did the sound effects and all that stuff. All right, special features. Now I'm almost done. So you got your game turbo. Now I'm not in the game, so I don't play games on devices, sorry. But I guess, with the game turbo, you turn that on, you get to play games probably a lot faster, a lot quicker. I'm just not in the games. You got your quick replies, meaning you can reply to notifications when they come in, directly. Your front camera effects. Now that's kind of cool. You have the visual effects. Remember I showed you how it lights up kind of blue? Well, you could change that, and also you could change the sound it makes. So listen to this sound. I got the sound turned up. Hold up. So it should be making a sound. Now, I'm not sure why it's not making the sound. That's a little weird. Because I wanted y'all to hear it, but I don't know why it's not making the sound. Hold up. All right, for some reason it's not making the sound. I don't know what that is. So I'm sorry, guys, but you have the sound effects, as you can see here, and you have the visual effects. So you can definitely change it where it lights up, but it's supposed to make a sound. When you hit this, like if you just want to play the sound first, decide which one you want to pick, you should be able to do that. But I don't know why all of a sudden it's not working. So could be something wrong with the unit. I don't know. Second space is my last thing I'm gonna get to. Now this is cool. Basically, it's like having two phones, and I'm gonna show you real quick. I'm gonna turn the phone off. Okay, get a good look at my display. That's what it looks like. So I'm gonna hit the power button. Now I'm gonna use my other thumb. Okay, I gotta put in my password. All right, let me try this again. I'm gonna use my other thumb. Now I don't know what's going on. Okay, hold up. Now this phone's giving me problems. I don't know what's going on, y'all. Hold up. Okay, there it is. So that's what it looked like with your second space. So say if you want somebody, they want to look at your phone, but you don't want them into any sensitive things, just switch to the, to this mode, and you can let them do whatever they want because, nothing's set up, nothing's on. They can just go into whatever and see, they won't be bothering nothing. Then all you do, turn it off, use this finger, and it goes right back to the other screen. Now, it's not as fast, as it should be, but it does work. So now you see I have two different screens. So that's kind of cool, especially for those that could be into some bad stuff. Now, I don't sign off on that stuff, but, people do what they do. But you have the thing called second space. So if you want, like I said, you want somebody to use your phone, you don't want them in sensitive information, just switch to the other mode, let them use it, let them do whatever they want because ain't nothing going to be open, no pertinent information in there, nothing. So you be good with that. So basically, that's my review of the Xiaomi Mi 9T. I do think this is a really, really good device. I know some people are not all that familiar with Xiaomi. They've been around for a while. They make good quality devices. This is my first time checking it out. Now, there was an issue with the camera making that sound. I don't know what that is. So I know some people may say, well, I'm not messing with Xiaomi because, I'm not familiar with them. I'm used to LG and Sony and Samsung. I'm just used to them and I'm going to stick with them. And that's your personal preference. That's up to you. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But it is a nice device. It really is. Like I said, it has great battery life. It has really good cameras. It has a great build quality. It has a great display, great audio sound with the headphones and the down-firing speaker, and you get a really nice software experience. So I think it's a good quality device, definitely worthy of picking up, and you can get it for dirt cheap at $250. So it ain't like you spending an arm and a leg for it. So if you just need it, even just for a backup phone, it's really cheap for a backup phone, but you're going to get a really good quality device with this phone. So once again, that was my review of the Xiaomi Mi 9T. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope something, that I talked about will help you make your choice when you're thinking about another device. And I want to thank all my subscribers. And I appreciate you. Without you, this channel is not even possible. And just want to take a quick shout out to my wife. And I will check you guys out in the next one. Peace.